All right, good morning, fourth grade magnet. And thank you, Mrs. Manley, for coming in today. I really appreciate you taking time to come in and be our substitute and help everyone along today. We're going to start the day, just like we always do, with you guys preparing to do your word study assessment. So that is in your class shared folder in your word work. Go ahead and listen to the video, put your words in the proper categories, and then write 5 sentences afterwards. This will be turned in to Mrs. Manley as you finish at around 8:30. So my flight time for departure is going to be about the same time that you guys get started. Mrs. Manley, if you would go ahead and play fight song for them. They know that they must sing along with it. They can dance around however they would like, but they also must sing along. And then one student will go up to the board and kind of point to follow along with the lyrics. This is to help us work with our fluency as readers. So after we finish that word study assessment and do the song, and it's really ready to get started on the day. You know how to do our lunch count and attendance, and get that attendance folder down there to Mrs. Shank. And then once we get settled in, let's go ahead and get started. And we're actually going to have a study hall Friday. I can use my executive thinking skills to complete all of the necessary tasks for today. So this is a pretty hefty list of tasks to do. These are the priority tasks that need to be completed. First one is word study assessment, which should already be working on. Should be about finished that. Then from there, you're going to move on to your book club reading and response. Mrs. Manley, if you wouldn't mind reading with the Steel Readers just for a little bit, I think that would be very helpful to them. Other groups, you should be reading independently. You may read with some people in your group if you would like, but we need to make sure that we keep our noise level to a minimum, and then you also have the summary response to go along with that. In addition to that, you have a SmartAmp activity. Yours is called News ELA Debate. So if I'm in SmartAmp, I'm going to go to debate over water rights, and there's two groups for this. There's a group A and a group B, but you'll only see one of them. You're going to click on that. I'm going to take a look at Lena's real fast, just so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, it's a text here that you need to read, but then there are some prompts that go along with it. List 4 thoughts from the images that you see. List 4 connections between the text and the images. This is visual representation, that whole concept that we've been working with. And then highlight textual evidence that goes along with your connections that you made from above. So these two are kind of related. And these can just be any kind of thoughts. Now, if you actually look on Google Slides, right here, it's a model example. It's an example that I did with a different article. So that will kind of help you along if you have more questions from what I already said. Again, these are the priorities. Once we get down to here, we have a Google Classroom assignment, and this is just a reflection, American Revolution debate reflection. The videos are attached in Google Classroom. So if I go to Google Classroom here is the American Revolution debate. These are the different videos from throughout the debate and the explanation. Click on here and we'll see the task. Directions: watch some of the videos from yesterday's debate and reflect on the outcome. Circle or highlight your own score on the rubric below. So you're going to circle or highlight what score you think you deserve as a student. Then, see if this catches up. Then provide a paragraph. Your paragraph can start about right here, explaining successes and challenges with this task. Also include a statement explaining how you successfully integrated visual representation. So that's this standard here, integrated visual representation and multiple sources to create a presentation. So this is the standard with multiple sources. Basically, you're grading yourself and you're explaining why you gave yourself that grade. And then finally down here, that's your social studies standard. And you're just basically explaining why you gave yourself this rubric score that you did. So it's a self-reflection, self-grading. You guys did a fabulous job with this yesterday, so you may enjoy watching these videos. And then from there, if you finish that, you may read independently. Again, these are the most important parts that need to be finished. We need to get these finished. For the most part, you should be about finished before you go to encore, or right about encore time, because then after encore, you come back and we have TV or not TV. That's the question. And you're going to finish up those writing, bring your writing to a close. You're going to use the rubric to make sure you have included all the necessary elements. Those who do not have a rubric, you may share with someone. Feel free to share with Mrs. Manley as well. I'm sure she would be happy to kind of read your work and help you along. And then from there, obviously we have, you guys know you have lunch. Indoor, outdoor recess will just depend on the temperature or what Mrs. Manley decides for you guys. After recess, go ahead and show her the book that we've been reading. If you need that time to do some of this additional work from here, that would be an excellent time to work on it before 1 o'clock whenever orchestra goes. Whenever orchestra does go, those students who are still in the classroom may do the different variety of educational games. I'm sure Mrs. Manley would be happy to play 24 with you, or you can work on, or you can show her Fraction Jenga and how we kind of play Fraction Jenga, or those other two games that I know you guys really like. Again, make sure that these are complete. Then at right around 1:45, from 1:45 to 2:30, as I promised, you have an area and perimeter activity that you're going to do. This is in SmartAmp again, so I'm going to go back over here to SmartAmp. I'm going to get out of this and get back to our dashboard for the class so I can kind of show you what this one looks like. Area, perimeter, workspace. Here, each of you is going to have your own copy of this. Although you may work with each other, but each of you need to do your own work. There's a couple videos to help out. As you do these, I would be happy to see you use those blocks, those cubes like we did yesterday, sort of visual representation, and it'll really help you out answering these questions, especially this one right here. This is pretty challenging. So if I was you, I would work on this here, then come down and do this one, and then save this one for last. And just whatever you can get done with this, you can get done. If you don't, I completely understand. We'll talk about it whenever we come back to school on Tuesday. And that's pretty much it for your day. So let's try our best to get everything completed. I guess if I was to take anything out of this priority list, the lowest priority would be this. Again, this would be the lowest priority. Word study definitely needs to be finished. The SmartAmp activity needs to be finished. Google Classroom activity needs to be finished. So if you're going to cut anything out, it should be this, and then the math after that could be cut out. This is due today. Your writing is definitely due today. Make sure you get that turned in. I'm going to add a place for that to be turned in here. So I'm going to go here, create assignment. I'm going to put opinion writing, TV or not TV. Assigned to you. Again, thank you very much, Mrs. Manley, for helping out. You guys know you don't have any homework, and feel free to message me. I'll do my best to check in with my phone. All right, have a good day.